What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing a little bit of complaining about Dokkan. Yay, you love it, you love it. Well, it's Dokkan's fault because they didn't drop any content, so we don't have anything else to do but complain. So yeah, we're going to be going over another list of changes that I think would be very, very helpful for Dokkan Battle. I did one of these videos a few months ago. It actually got decent reception. It got a lot more views than I thought it was going to, so I was very inclined to do another one of these. Last time I talked about a lot of game mode changes and like reworks to a lot of different like content in Dokkan. This one's going to be a little bit more focused on like quality of life updates, I think. So we're going to be talking about a lot more like little niche things, just little tips and things. Like I'm sure that you will be tickled in a good way at some point during this video, because I'm sure with the amount of tips I have here that there's at least one of these things that annoys the crap out of you. So just hang in there, and I promise there will be something that you'll be like, yes, I feel so validated. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in. I just have this little list on my second phone here that I'm reading off of while we do this. So the first thing is reorganize the training locations to look like the support memory page. Yes, please. Oh my goodness. So I'm sure we are all familiar with it at this point. When you go to like train a character, right? And then you go into this list. There are so many of these just back to back everywhere. And I don't even have all of them. There's a few that I purposely make sure I run out of all the time. Like this one I only have 5 of. I make sure I run out of this. And then I also make sure to run out of the ones that give you the big success. There's one in between these. It's the first like multiplicative one, but it's below this. I don't know what it's called. But I always make sure to run out of them so that it's easier for me to scroll up so I don't have so many of them. But yeah, there's no reason for this list to be like this, where you'd have to scroll between all of these. We all know the struggle of needing a needing a Supreme Kai's planet so that you can actually level up their level. And then once they're at level 100 and you still need to add super attack levels to them, you have to then click here and then scroll all the way down to get it back to the default training location. It's the most annoying thing ever. Easy fix for this. Just make it like the support memory page. So when you're getting ready to go into an event and you're jumping in, like that little, the little training location icon, it's in the same spot that the support memory icon is, but instead you open it up and it looks like this. And then now you just have a bunch of little icons that are all your different training locations. That would be so much easier, and then you could just click which one you want, right? Like, why are they making it so difficult on us? I really don't understand. Kind of interesting, right? Like, why don't they just update it like that? But yeah, so I've been thinking about that for a long time. They definitely should update that. Okay, next tip. Be able to see EX skill orbs in the equipment selection menu. Yes, this is huge. Okay, so if we're gonna go to this guy's hidden potential, and we want to add a skill orb to him, because we're gonna like use him in an event right now, right? Now, let's say there's another unit that's also on Vegeta's family that happens to have an EX skill orb, meaning one of the ones that can be, here, let's go into the silver, because I probably have a silver EX skill orb somewhere. No? Okay, maybe I'm using a bad example of a unit. Hold on. Okay, this would be an EX skill orb, right? The ones that you can return to yourself. So, this unit, let's pretend that this could only be used on, like a Vegeta's family. I know it's not on a Vegeta's family now, but let's pretend it could only be used on Vegeta's family. Or let's say it's like a pure Saiyan, right? It's a pure Saiyan skill orb. So it can be attached to that Vegeta. It absolutely could be attached to that Vegeta. But when we go into like, okay, this is a different pure Saiyan, right? We go in here and then we look for it. Let's say it was bronze. It's not available here. There's no way I would be able to see that skill orb exists. So how am I going to know to take it off of a previous character and put it on another character when there's no way to differentiate between those things, right? So I think it would be really, really wise if they still included that EX skill orb in the list here so that I could see it here. And then, like, let's say this one right here was currently attached to a different character. It would just have a red glow around it. Like, when you summon a Dokkan Fest unit and it has the red glow flashing behind the card, this should have the same thing. It'd be a red glow behind it telling you this skill orb is currently attached to another character, but it is an EX skill orb, so you can return it from that character and attach it to this one if you'd like, because it also qualifies to go on this character. Then you could click it, and instead of it showing you just this menu right here, it would move this to the side, and then on the right side, you would see a picture of the character it's currently attached to. And then you could say cancel or equip. And if you chose to equip it, it would show it de-equipping from that character, and then re-equipping to your new one. That would be so much better. Then you would just have it would actually make a difference. There would be a point to there being EX skill orbs, because I know for dang sure that nobody goes back to their old units that have EX skill orbs and like feeds them a different orb to get rid of the EX skill orb so that they can use it on someone else. No one does that. Like, do not even lie to me in the comments and tell me you're someone that does that. Nobody does that. So yeah, that's something that they need to do. That would absolutely fix the skill orb system. And then also, I think that they should add something else, which is an indicator that it's a special skill orb. Because right now it's obvious to tell when it's a type restricted skill orb, because as these ones, it will show you the typing in the corner of it. So it's obvious to know if it's a type restricted skill orb, right? So when I'm scrolling through here and I'm like, oh, I want to put a level 1 attack on this guy, I'm obviously not going to choose this level 1 attack that I know can be attached to anyone. Oh, well, these are only reps of 7, so this is actually a perfect example, right? I would want to know that these are for a special category, that these can't just be attached to any character. I would want to know that. That way, if I want to put a level 1 attack on, I'm going to want to use one of these before I'd use one of the generic ones that can be used on any character like this. Oh, it's also reps of 7. Bad examples, but where are we? Maybe like these, right? No, superheroes. Wow. See, there's so many different ones that are category specific, and I just want to know these things. Like, look, there's a level 3 attack here. There's a level 3 attack here for reps of 7. Level 3 attack here for Goku or Vegeta. Level 3 for here for superheroes. It's like I hate it. I hate it. I wish they reorganized this better. In fact, there should be a folder called level 3 attack. You should be able to open it, and then it would show you all the different ones in there. And you could scroll through a list of them like this, and it would show you which ones are for which categories. That's what they need to do. I think that would be a wonderful way to kind of clean this up. So there's not just a million hearts everywhere. It would be like there'd be a folder with hearts. You click it, and then you could scroll through all your hearts and see which ones are what level, which ones are reps of 7, which ones are superhero, and they would all be organized a lot better. I think that would help this system out greatly. Very, very much. Okay, so enough about the equipment in the hidden potential system. On to the next thing. They need to show us progress bars for the titles. So I think this is a really kind of, again, annoying thing that they don't do. So, for like all of these titles, right? Filthy Rich, you have to acquire 700 million Zenny. So obviously it's counting the number of Zenny that you are acquiring, but it doesn't show you any progress bar here. Wouldn't it be wonderful to know if you were halfway done with this, or how much more Zenny you actually need to collect in order to achieve the title, right? So what I'm struggling with is, as you can see here, a lot of these are lit up. The very last title that I have not achieved in-game is this one. This is the very last one. There's no more other titles besides this. And I have to use physical type super attacks 77,777 times. I have no idea where I'm at in this process. I would love to know how close I am to getting this done. I hate being in the dark here. They just need to add the progress bar. Obviously, they know the number that I'm at because they're tracking it. They're going to give me the achievement when I reach that number. So just show me the progress throughout. Like, why not? That's definitely something that they need to add. But also, I would assume that this title video is coming soon. It's been a solid 6 months since I've had every single title in the game except this one, and I still haven't gotten this one yet. So when that finally pops, we will have an all titles achieved video. But yeah, that is, to come. And in fact, if it takes until May, I may have this one too. This is the only other one I don't have because it's limited, 1 attempt per day for the Master Roshi event. And I think I calculated it out. I'm not going to get this until like... Oh, actually, it's coming up. It's May already. Hello? It's May 12th. Oh my god. I'm going to be getting this within a week or so, I think, actually. Ooh, okay, I really need to get that physical type super attack one done. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. But yeah, they need to add progress bars there for sure. Okay, for this next one, we are going to jump into an event here. What do I need to do? I need to farm up Kid Gohans. So we'll go into here, and I'll show you here. So the next tip is make the support memory storyline skip button available while auto is on. That would be a magnificent addition to the game. So currently, if you're on auto and you have a support memory selected, you will not be able to skip the support memory animation. So right here, you're going to see I have auto on at the bottom. The auto map feature is on. The support item pops, and I can't select skip. It's the dumbest thing. It should allow me to still select skip while in the support memory so that I don't have to view the animation. I don't understand why it's like that. And the same thing will happen for Dokkan events and stuff when there is storyline, because sometimes there is unskippable storyline that if you're on auto, it'll just go through all of those storyline features. Or like in the middle of fights, right? If you take down this enemy and then there's a second phase to the fight, sometimes there's a little bits of storyline in between. And if you're on auto, you don't have the ability to skip those. I think that they should add that button in for you to be able to do. Now, some people might say that like, oh, that would be like actually hard for them to do because there would be a lot of coding around that and stuff. I believe it would be easy for one reason. If you're on auto battle and you get a Dokkan attack, you can still click the nodes. You still have to manually click the nodes for the Dokkan attack. If you don't press anything, it'll skip them all and you'll get zeros on all of them. But you can actually still click those while in auto mode. So they've already added a feature where while you're in auto mode, you can interact with the game. I don't see why they couldn't apply that to this situation as well, to be able to do that. So yeah, kind of an interesting thing. Okay, next tip. Better rewards for burst mode. Let us play OSTs in more places. Yeah, okay. So for burst mode right now, the only place that you can play your songs that you buy, your OSTs, are right here in your profile, right? And so you can, purchase any of the ones. I haven't bought anything here yet because I am anticipating that at some point they are going to release something amazing in here. Well, first of all, they haven't given us any of the god tier OSTs. If you've seen my OST tier list, then there are some good OSTs, right? I'm sure most people know there are very, very good OSTs that are available in this game, and we have not gotten any of them yet. Well, some people would say that Bojack's OST is actually really good. I'm not really a fan myself, but yeah, I want to wait until we're getting LR, the physical LR Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and Gogeta, like Blue Gogeta and stuff like that, like some of those good ones, right? UI Goku, I want those. So when those kind of OSTs come here, maybe I'll consider buying one or two of them to be able to display on my profile. But it's not really worth collecting them all because you can only ever have one displayed at a time. So I don't know. It's just, I wish that they would do more with it, right? I wish that they would add more places that we could play these. So if they were to add just a little like radio feature in Dokkan, so that while you're in battle and stuff, you could like skip through songs and stuff. So based on all the OSTs you've collected, you could play your own playlist and then skip through them during battle and stuff. I think that would be really cool. Could be an interesting thing for them to implement in the future. I think that would make that would definitely help with people actually wanting to try in burst mode and stuff, especially because you do have to have such niche characters. It is one of those game modes, kind of like Chain Battle, that calls for your box to be somewhat complete in order to do well, right? Because it does such heavily restrict the teams that you can build and bring based on typing and category and team cost and all of that. So but yeah, and so I can understand how it'd be frustrating if they made it an overpowered game mode where you get all these amazing rewards like in Chain Battle, where you're getting tons of stones and tons of Kais and hidden potential system stuff, and like obviously I wouldn't be asking for all of that. But if we could at least utilize the OSTs that we're buying in more areas of the game, that would be appreciated. So okay. Get rid of the screens at the beginning of the battle phase. Yes. This is definitely something that's been needed for a long time. I know that people have wanted a version of Dokkan Battle where you can skip super attack animations entirely. I don't think we're ever going to head there. probably not. I think that super attack animations are here to stay. They've at least added skips for like the active skills, and they've added skips for the you know, the intros and stuff, and they do need to add skips for the standby skills. I'm sure that they just haven't done it yet because it's still hyped from the 8th anniversary, but I'm sure sometime, you know, in the near future, they're going to add skips for the standby skills as well, because they do take a very long time to do in-game. But yeah, people have definitely wanted the battle phases to go quicker and less fluff and less animations, less stuff that you're stuck sitting there watching, and more stuff that you can actually like skip through on your own. But yeah, I will say that it is incredibly annoying. The most annoying part of battles for me at this point is the beginning of battles, when there's just screens that come up and they're just giving you so much information that no one like needs. No one reads them. They're just useless battle information screens. So we are about to see one of the worst ones in the entire game right here on this event. When we jump in, I am not going to press a single button. For the first, we're gonna jump into this twice. Okay, I'm not gonna press a single button right now. My hand is off my phone. We are just going to wait and see how long it takes to be able to start selecting our skill orbs here. It's just letting us know that they disable interruption, and they nullify super attack ceiling, and they nullify disabled attack and defense reduction, and they can't be stunned, and it's just showing us every single one of the enemy effects, one by one, for each of the enemies individually, and then it shows me the 3 units. It gives me a little screen that shows me the 3 units I have on screen. I know what units they're on the screen. Hello? And I can see all of the icons right here, so I already know what things they can't be affected by. Also, you can press and hold on each one of these enemies to see all of these effects. Anyway, there's absolutely no reason we needed to sit there for 35 seconds and wait for all of that crap to go through on the screen just so that I could battle them. It's a complete waste. They need to get rid of all of that. All of that needs to go out. I don't know why they didn't get rid of that in the update where they added this. Because when they added this, now you no longer need that beginning thing to know any of those effects. They're all right here, right? So, yeah, that's my gripe about it. And the thing is, even if you skip through it, with an event like this that has so many, it still takes a little while. And I'm going to show you right now. We're going to jump back in one more time, and this time I'm going to spam click on it until until it's ready to go. And we'll see how much quicker it is. So I'm spamming away. But as you can see, it still shows them all up one by one. You still have to click through them one by one. Ugh, and then there we go. Now we can click orbs. And sometimes that does happen to me often, too. When I have to click through all those things at the beginning, I end up accidentally selecting orbs just because of the placement of them on the screen and stuff. And then sometimes I even end up having to reset the app, and then I go through it all again, and it's the worst. So, yes, they need to change it. It's bad. Very, very bad by Dokkan. Okay, what's the next thing here? Be able to view someone's profile through a chain battle friend request. Okay, so what I'm referring to here, let's jump into chain battle. Oh man, this was a really good time for me to do the make this video, because all of the events that I've needed to reference are live right now. It's kind of wonderful. Okay, yeah, so in the battle log, right, it's possible for people to send you friend requests in here. Does anyone actually have? No. No, it does. Ooh, there is some nices in here. Wait, I just actually realized these are from a previous day, but because on that day I already received one of their nices, I couldn't accept the other one. So because I haven't received or sent a nice to them today, I can actually go back to a previous day. It's the 12th right now, but the 11th, and select their nice. Wow, that's a hack I didn't know about. Interesting. Dang it, I just finished making my chain battle tips video. This needed to go in there. I just learned another one. Okay, well, interesting. So no one has sent me a friend request in here, so I can't show you directly. But if you were to select a friend request thing, like if it says, oh, Cuckoo sent you a friend request, then you could select it right here, and what it would show is this screen. This is all it will show right there. It'll just show you what lineup they had for... oh, no. Actually, I'm sorry. It doesn't show you this. It shows you their friend supporters. That's all it shows you, is the 10 friend supporters they have for super type and the 10 friend supporters they have for extreme type. That's it. it doesn't show you, it doesn't give you access to viewing their profile. And so that's what I was noting there, is I wanted to be able to view their profile. That would be a really cool thing. That way you would know if it's a worthwhile friend for you to actually have, like based on their power level and their friend supporter and all of that stuff, and not just their chain battle lineup, right? Because unless Dokkan, and this is something that would make a ton of sense to me, if Dokkan wanted to make a separate friends list just for chain battle, I think that would be so good. In fact, that is a tip I'm adding to the list. They need to split the friends list into two. Your generic friends list for the entire game, and then your chain battle friends list. Because that would, oh my god, that would solve so many problems. Some people like to rotate their friends heavily to always have the best lineups for chain battle, but then that means they can't hold specific friends for other parts of the game and stuff, right? And I think some people have good things to offer. Some people throw a really rare character up as their friend leader, and you want to keep that person on your friends list, but sometimes that person also just doesn't have any other use as a friend for you, right? Because they're a really low-level account, and they don't have a lot of the good characters that you'd need for a chain battle lineup. So, yeah, that could be really interesting, too, if they ended up splitting that up. Then there would be no reason to view their profile from this page, because they would only be relevant for the friend supporters that they provide you in chain battle, right? Yeah, interesting. That would be kind of neat, too, if you had, like, chain battle friends, and then you could have, like, a separate power for, like, chain battle. So your chain battle power would build based on how many, like, your cumulative score over all chain battles. And, like, how many times you achieve top 1% and top whatever percent you get would give you, like, a chain battle ranking that you would go up and down. They could make chain battle real competitive. They would just definitely have to split up the friends system thing so that you could be matched up more properly with people you should be matched up with in the chain battle if they were going to make it that competitive. But yeah, those are some interesting ideas. I think they could definitely do something with that. Okay, here's another. Filter your box by a unit's leader skill. I think this would be absolutely wonderful. So this is specifically for team building. If you were building a team, so let's just go grab like a team we don't need, just like this. Okay, so if you were going to grab a team you don't need, so I wish that the leader spot was selected separately. So I wish that, like, let's say that the leader square was, like, bigger, right? I wish that it selected the leader, right? So let's say we select them. There should be a toggle down here that you could toggle on and off that would basically allow you to view all characters in the box, or, you know, all characters in whatever tag you're in, or only view the characters that are on this unit's leader skill. So a quick toggle. So instead of me having to go, oh, they're a joined forces and movie heroes lead, and they also have the extra 200% for pure Saiyans, so let's double check that, right? Instead of me having to do that, I could just click this button right here. And then, because then I would have to go into the typings, go into the categories, select Pure Saiyan, go to Movie Hero, go partial match between the two, and then view them all. And then now I have to manually think about which ones are also on Kamehameha, or double check and be like, oh, is he on Kamehameha? So is he on the 200% leader skill? Or is he just on the 170? And do all this manual thinking myself. Instead, it'd be one click of a button. And then it would show only the units that are on the 170 portion of the leader skill. And any units that are on the 200% portion of the leader skill would have the Dokkan Fest glow. They would have the red outline around the outside of their character, showing that they are on the 200% part of the leader skill. Or maybe they'd get the red sparkle if they were on the 200%. There you go. Like, why can't they add these kind of things to team building to make it so much better? People wouldn't have to do nearly as much with their box. Because what I'm going to have to do at some point along the lines, once I have a free tag, once this tag is finished, these are all the units I need to still link level and stuff that are in their top forms. And then we go on to round 2. I'm going to make a team building tab, and it's going to be every top form of every unit in the game, so that I can just have a big, these are all the units in the game that are true 10, because it'll eventually be every unit in the game will be in here. And then I'll have a team building tag that will just show all the units that I would want to actually put on a team. And that's relevant because they don't have things that I'm able to toggle like that to be able to show, much easier for myself. Okay. Fix the... Oh, okay. So we need to run a challenge event of some kind. actually... Oh, actually, I know the perfect place to go, because there is a Dokkan event that I need to gain some medals from. We're going to do this. Okay, so I need to make a metal cooler team, or not a metal cooler, a final form cooler team really quick for this, so I can show you. But something that definitely needs to be updated in Dokkan is they need to fix the super attack animations, like the enemy super attack animations. So basically, when you are on... it really doesn't matter. I'll just select these guys. Okay, so when you are on... Like, when you're attacking an enemy, your character's sprite is very, very defined. It's like super high definition, right? But when, you know, the enemy that you're attacking has like a super pixelated problem with them, it's really, really bad. I don't know why Dokkan has this issue. I don't know enough about like app development and video game design and stuff to know like what the problem is with that. But you're gonna see here. Okay, perfect. We got the perfect unit for it. So a unit that I know it's very easy to see this problem with is STR Cooler. So let's go ahead and check out. I can't remember if the 18 key or the 12 key is better for this. I think the 18 key is fine. So let's go ahead and check out what this looks like. Pay attention to what Boo looks like while Cooler is attacking him. The Boo is going to be incredibly pixelated, like literally like blurred out pixelated, like censorship levels of pixelated. You see how bad this is? Look at how pixelated he is. I feel like that was the part of the animation that I like showing, was in when he's being kicked into the rock. It's very still, and you can see exactly how pixelated the character is. Let me do the 12 key this time and see if we can, if that animation is better for it. I don't remember. But yeah, super annoying thing. Definitely hate that, because it is really nice. Like, honestly, this is one of the things that, one of the things about Dokkan is that it looks so pretty. It looks so beautiful. It's such a nice game, right? Like, all of this stuff looks awesome. I can't tell you how many times I'm just link leveling characters. I'm not even playing the game. It's just sitting open, and people comment on it. When I'm out with my friends, like, all of my friends know deeply about Dokkan Battle because they ask questions about it, because it was just sitting out, and they're like, what is this like? Are you watching like an anime? People have asked me that so many times before. They're like, are you watching anime right now? Like, because it looks so good, right? And I just wish that it looked that one little bit better. Like, that's honestly the one thing that Dokkan has always had on Legends, in my opinion, is because Legends, the animations and stuff looks so sick. The artwork in that game is insane. Stuff looks like 3D models of statues. Like, did you guys see, if you follow Legends at all, the new LR, well, I guess it's like an ultra finishing hit, I think is what it's called. I don't know, I'm not a Legends player. But a new hit card came out, and it looks so sick. The artwork is so much better than anything Dokkan's does at all. And here we are sitting over here with the, you know, these sketchy like 240p images. So yeah, they definitely need to work on that. Dokkan needs to get rid of the low quality images for sure. Tired of seeing it. We're tired of it, Dokkan. Please get rid of it. Everything else looks so good. Why can't they just, you know, make that? Okay. So on a similar note, while we're talking about artwork and stuff, something else that they need to get rid of is the diamond background on cards. How many of these do I have? Ugh, 62. That is the lowest amount of any Dokkan medal in the game that I have right now. Oh wait, I guess I could just go into here. Okay, so, like, we want backgrounds like this, right? This is really cool. He's in the sky. It actually looks like he's in the scene where he launched the supernova down at the ground. Like, it's realistic. It makes the card look even more sick, right? This is not what we want to see. We do not want to see a unit floating in hyperspace with some aura lines coming out from them, and then just this little crystalline background. I hate this. They need to get rid of this. Just put some trees. Just put, like, where did this guy fight? It's easy. Do the same thing that you do for the stages. They all have backgrounds. Can you imagine if we were playing event stages, and then instead of being in, like, a grassy area, or, like, a desert area, or a mountainous area, or in the snow, it's just, like, crystals in the back. Like, it'd be so stupid. Just put space behind them. Put something. Like, just put some rocks. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's that hard to do for every card. But they I don't know. They just still, to this day, haven't fixed it. I think that is definitely something that that would help a lot for boosting the, animation quality and the picture quality in this game and like, how people feel about the visual effect. That is something that I hope that if there was ever a Dokkan Volume 2, that they would consider changing and making that stuff even maybe customizable and adding like customizable cosmetics for your cards and stuff, like different colors or different like skin, like whatever outfits they're wearing, different colorways for those outfits that they're wearing and stuff. Not necessarily like fully new skins, but just being able to change the color schemes of things, or being able to rotate the background, whether you want them in a snowy background, or you want them in a jungle background, or those kind of things, right? That would be neat. I think that's definitely something they could add for sure. Okay, so the very last thing that I wanted to mention here is, go all the way over. These bad boys. Let's go into the character list so they're lit up. The 50% support units. I think it's possible that some people watching this video don't even know what these are or the significance of these units. So I'll briefly explain. These are 50% support units. They all have the same passive. They are just neutral to their own typing, whether it be super STR, extreme STR, super fizz, extreme fizz, and so on. So yeah, the way they work, they are 50% supports and nukers for their respective typings each. They have not been available in years. Years it has been since we have been able to get these in Dokkan. I actually don't even know when the last time one of these banners was live on Dokkan. I'll try and pull it up on the wiki on the side here so that we can double check and see. But yeah, these units just have not been available in such a long time. These were ancient units that first released in the game, I want to say back in like 2017 or so. So they definitely, let's see. Oh, on the wiki here. Oh, let me switch to the wiki. Shoot, I'm not even showing you guys. On the wiki here. So this is Pan. Pan first released on JP in 2019. This is incorrect, because this is when she got her awakening into to have the max level of 120. They originally, before they got their Dokkan Awakenings, oh, that's why, because I'm on the Dokkan Awaken version. Duh. Okay, so the SSR, here we go. The SSR's first release in 2017. So they were released such a long time ago, right? Ooh, there we go. I can actually open up these exclusive summons. And then, yeah, so they were around a few times on the exclusive type banners. And then they finally got their Dokkan Awakenings in 2019, 2020 for global, right? And then they were available like one or two more times around then. And they haven't been available. I believe this was the last time that they were actually available. Maybe there was one more opportunity after that. But they were very, very limited. Like, these units just haven't been available for such a long time, right? Let's see here. So this is just an AGL type banner. It's gonna show me, like, when they've been released, like, when the last time was that they were released. I don't think so. Are these all the same? They're all just, yeah. I don't really know of a way to check, other than going through, like, the banners and scrolling, like, way far back. Because these are stone banners, so if I were to sort the banners by, like, just stones and stuff, then I don't know. It doesn't look like there's, like, dates attached to this stuff, unfortunately. So, yeah. But yeah, so these units just have not been available in a super, super long time, which is really unfortunate. And they need to EZA at some point, so we know that they're going to come back eventually, right? But there's a lot of people in-game that definitely don't have these units, and they're really good for Chain Battle because they have their 120 leads. And they're also type supports. So I use these units in Chain Battle, or I'm sorry, in Ultimate Clash, not Chain Battle. In Ultimate Clash, I use them in Ultimate Clash all the time. So I can't imagine how awesome these units would be if they did end up getting EZAs, and then ended up getting like some category supports on top of you know, their typings, or I don't know. There's a lot that they could do with it. If you notice here, the AGL ones are GT, the Tech ones are Android Cell Saga, the Int ones are Namek Saga, the STR ones are Universe Survival Saga, and the physical ones are Boo Saga. So they could just be category supports for those 5 categories as well. Wouldn't bother me any. Definitely something they could do with that. Or they could make them like dual type categories where like both of these have 50% support to Super Fizz and Extreme Fizz, just like they do, and then also have Majin Buu Saga, and then this guy could have Hybrid Saiyans, and this guy could have like I don't know, like Majin Power, right? Or something like that. Yeah, I think that would be kind of interesting. And then they'd be like better support units and stuff. Their leader skill could go up to 130% only. They wouldn't have to raise that by much. Or maybe they could even do it up to 150. That'd be sick. Like, you know, just go all out and make them busted. But I think regardless of what they do, when they bring these guys back, I think it's really, really important that they do away with that type banner system. Because it's clear they have no intention of making the type banner system a part of their normal Dokkan, you know, experience. And it's just not what it doesn't seem like they've never been here consistently, right? They've only ever showed up once in a blue moon. So I think it's really, really important that next time these units come around, they just get released into the general pool. And we do away with the type banner system. Or maybe even they could just still do the type banner system. Man, see, that's why I wanted to find better information for the type banner system themselves. I'm just going to link level now while we're finishing up the discussion, because that was the last tip that I had there for you. But yeah, I wish that, you know, I could see more information about the type banner system, because they did do they structured them a few different ways in the past, right? There was the unlimited type banners where you could just summon on them as much as you want. And those were a really, really solid way to try to get LRs, because they had all of the yellow coin LRs unfeatured in them, and it was only LRs of that typing. So if you knew that there was one of them that you needed, you had a much better chance to get it than just in the general SSR pool on like a yellow coin banner. So there was really good incentive to draw for units back then. You also got a free Elder Kai, similarly to how you do on the Rising Dragon Carnival banners when you summon there, and you get the 2 free Kais. You would get a bonus Kai every time you summoned. Well, they updated it at later points, and they made it where you could only summon on it once or like 3 times, and it would give you much better rewards. You'd get a few Kais, and you would get a bunch of potential orbs too for that typing. So they were really, really worth to summon on there for them. But you were limited to like 3 pulls, and I think even one time around they literally limited you to just 1 pull on the banner, and then it would disappear. So it was even more impossible to get these 50% supports because you were limited to how many times you could pull on the banner. So yeah, if they were to bring that back in the future and do like a limited pull where there's yellow coin LRs featured on it even, and then they give you potential orbs, they give you Kais and stuff, that could be really, really cool. But I think that the 50% supports definitely needed to be added to the general pool at this point. Could be good. Could be a good thing for them to do. So yeah, that's pretty much all the things I have. Dang, I talked for 40 minutes. I did not think that this video was going to go that long. So yeah, if you guys have any itchy gripes about Dokkan Battle that I didn't cover in this video, then please feel free to drop them in the comments down below, or hit me up on socials and suggest them to me, and maybe I'll put them in a part 3, because you know, I'm always thinking of new things as new bits and pieces of this game annoy me day by day. I write these things down over time, so if you suggest things to me, then I will definitely go over them in a future video too. So if you guys are still here listening, thank you so much for sticking with me. Hopefully they release some more content for us. Hopefully there's some more content by the time this is live on the channel, because it probably won't be up for a day or 2 after me recording this. But yeah, so just hang in there. Part 2 is on the way. We'll have more content soon. That's going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!